Well, my friends, those ballots have hit your mailbox. They're probably sitting under a pile of bills, and you're probably ignoring them, but you really, really shouldn't. Because, and I don't say this often, we are at a precipice of our city. Things have gotten so bad that if all these, they're not even calling themselves Democrats anymore, socialists, Marxists, communists, so much so that mainstream Democrats have left the party, including the person who's sitting in front of me now, who walked away from all that. We are at a precipice of, I don't know if we can actually pull it back after this election. I'm not going to say it's the most important election of our lifetime, but I will say it's definitely up there, at least locally. Joining me now, candidate for Seattle City Council, District 8, or Position 8, I should say, the one and only Rachael Savage. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Ari. I'm thrilled to be here.
Good to have you here.
And I want everybody to know we can win this seat. We can win this seat. So sometimes people say, oh, Republicans can't win in Seattle. It's a one-party state. Here we are. I'm here to break the ice. I have broken the ice. You have a Republican on the ballot, my friends. And Republicans can vote for me. Disgruntled Democrats, I know you're out there, can vote for me. Issue candidates, you want no taxes. You want to see the drug addicts treated well, long-term residential treatment centers, jail, police officers, and mental health care, long-term mental health hospital for the severely mentally ill. If you want to see that in your city, our city, Seattle, all you have to do is vote Rachael Savage.
That's such a fresh approach. And actually, what's amazing about that is you didn't say the buzzwords that everybody on the left is using. Wraparound services, affordable housing. If you go through the voter's guide, which Mike was kind enough to lend me his because mine didn't show up, every single candidate, wraparound services, affordable housing. But we have a drug problem, we have a crime problem, and none of them are actually talking about that. How refreshing it is to hear that. Now, my mother taught me you never comment on a lady's looks. And I apologize, I'm about to do that. But when you say you're a Republican and somebody's standing and looking at you the way I am right now, what's their usual reaction?
Well, I'm old school Capitol Hill. So one thing about being on Capitol Hill, I've had business on Capitol Hill since 1998. So I look like it, right? I've got tattoos and all this. One thing about Capitol Hill is the neighborhood. I went there for a reason. It's free thinking. It's critical thinking. And that is not what it's become. So I would say there's a lot of walkaways. There's a lot of people who look like me that used to be Democrats that have left. You're one of them, aren't you?
Yeah, long time ago. I don't look like you.
Well, it's not too late to get a tattoo.
You know, my wife would kill me. So, I mean, I know which one I've always wanted, but that's a big no-no in my Jewish world too.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say don't judge a book by its cover. I'm doing the same thing when I'm out and about and think, oh, this person would never vote for me. But I have to tell you, the Republicans, the walkaways, the disgruntled Democrats, they have been so wonderful and welcoming. The so-called party of tolerance, the left, is not so tolerant. But guess what? Over on the right, the water's warm, the tent is big, and people are kind, and I love it.
You know, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. When I first met you and you're moving positions around and deciding which one to go for, I go, is she for real? And the more and more I talk to you, I realize that you actually are. This is how you feel. Because normally for the second, third interview, I'd be asking questions, poking holes in everything you just said, but I realize this is who you are. What was the straw that broke the camel's back where you said, I need to run for office? Because for me, if I lived where you do, I would have said, oh, Antifa terrorists took over 6 blocks of my neighborhood. I'm running next year. What was it that made you do it this time?
Well, everything's at stake. I mean, if the city of Seattle votes for Rink, have fun going back to 2020. And she's inexperienced. She's never owned a business. She's never had to make payroll. She has not had to live the consequences that I have, front row and center to the horrible failed policies, housing first, the dismantling of the criminal justice system. So I started asking questions like, why is this happening? Why are people smoking fentanyl in front of Safeway? Why are people stealing with impunity? They put 500 addicts in Capitol Hill in free apartments with no requirement for them to stop using drugs. So it's either I leave or I take over. And I love the city, so I'm not leaving without a fight. And this is a fight that we can win. I'm convinced of it. People are fed up and they want law enforcement. They want long-term compassionate treatment for addicts. What we see on the streets is not compassionate. And they want no new taxes. So what about that shield tax? Little Miss Rink is proposing.
Oh, you beat me to it. So what you're saying is you think another new tax on businesses that are already fleeing town, you think that's a bad idea?
Absolutely. We can't ask if our businesses and residents, I should say citizens, are not getting the services that they deserve from the city. You can't ask the city to pay more money, especially businesses. So Alexis Mercedes Rink, not only is she inexperienced, she wants to pit businesses against each other. Small business, she wants to give them a bribe so they'll vote for her. And then medium to large business, she wants to increase their taxes to double down on the programs they're doing now. This is free apartments in the city for addicts. This is no residential treatment for the mentally ill. So if you don't like what you see in the city of Seattle with people suffering on the street, you better vote Savage because it's going to continue. And she's going to make you pay for it.
Also, I'm a American muscle car kind of guy.
Yeah.
And for me, I look at a Mercedes and I just go, well, it's very flashy on the outside, but there's not a lot under the hood. That's my own personal opinion about that. So do with that what you will. In the last few minutes we have with Rachael Savage, who's running for position 8 of the Seattle City Council. I ask everything from 2 candidates who I think are going to win. And I've officially endorsed you, and I really hope that you win. And I have endorsed like 3 people. That's it on the entire ballot. Because,
you're smart. What can you say?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Tell my wife that. So the thing here that I ask of candidates that I think have a chance of winning, 2 promises I'm asking for you, and you can say yes or no, but we will hold you to them. Promise number 1, will you call for an audit of Homeless Inc. when you get elected?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay, excellent.
Sick of the money machine.
Now, everybody else has said that, so we got it on recording now, so we're going to hold you to that.
Hold me to
and
it.
Number 2, will you come on the show when we ask you when you're in office within reason when it fits with your schedule?
Absolutely. I want everybody to hear what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring balance, a little bit of balance, that Republican, that common sense voice back to the city council. We need that to break the one-party rule. So I want to be out there as much as I can. Banging the drum. I am not going to be quiet about the policies I'm pushing for and the way the other council members, be on alert, everybody, and the mayor fail to serve the citizens of Seattle.
Yes, and I think here's a line that actually Mike really, really likes, okay? And here's one that I think works great for you, and Mike does too. Common sense is punk rock.
Yeah.
Right? Which I think goes really well with that. Goes with the new Superman movie, too. I think all this ties together. So just a suggestion we'll throw out there. Rachael Savage, thank you so much for joining us today. And remember to vote for Rachael Savage when you get that ballot out from under those bills. Do it right now and return it. Mine are sitting on my desk. I already filled them out. I actually have to go drop them in the mail slot, so I'm no better than any of you. Go ahead and do it right now. Rachael Savage, thank you so much for joining us today. Where can people find out more about you, your website?
We need funding right now. We got to get the word out. So please donate as you can and vote Savage Citizens. Savage, my last name. It's going to take a savage to win, and trust me, I am. And Citizens, going to take your vote. So I'm asking for your vote. Let's change Seattle. We can do it.
Excellent. Rachael Savage, thank you so much for joining us today. We got a whole lot more to discuss as the show continues. You're listening to The Ari Hoffman Show on Talk Radio 570 KVI.